The 11 features of Evi AI. What is Evi AI? It's a tool that allows you to be able to have more credibility on LinkedIn. Number one, post writer. You can write posts with AI. So you might think, why would I want to write a post with AI? It just makes things much faster. You get a hook, which is a reason for people to click the show more button. You get main points organized really well. You get a call to action and you get hashtags. All that comes along with you just writing what you want the post about. You hit go and it just creates the post for you in a few seconds. If you're not sure what topics you want to post about, then you can use our idea generator. The idea generator will allow you to come up with topics very quickly. Just put in any keyword and it'll generate some topics. You can then edit your idea and then hit generate post, and it generates a post just like that. The third feature of Evi AI is the commenting feature. There are two different ways that you can comment. You can comment on the feed. You just go to linkedin.com, the feed will load, then you scroll down to a post, you press comment, and boom, you can drop comments. The second way is you can go to a particular profile and you can look up anybody's posts and you can strategically comment on their posts. You can also send direct messages. What is a direct message? If you go to any LinkedIn connection and you click on message, you can message them, but often you don't have the right words to use. So what you can do is you can just prompt the AI, tell it what you want to write, and it'll draft you a very well thought out direct message. And it'll also consider what was said before in the message. So it'll kind of tie that in to the message. You have a lot of different options for the types of messages that you want to send the person. You can also write people LinkedIn recommendations. So if you want to recommend somebody, it's sometimes hard to know what to write in the recommendation. So you just give it some ideas of why you want to recommend this person, and then boom, the AI will suddenly write an entire recommendation for you. You can also save profiles, put them into lists so you can track specific people and comment on them strategically. You could reply to people's comments when they comment on your posts. And here's one feature that somebody said they didn't know existed, but is extremely useful. It's customizing connection notes. If you want to customize your connection note when you're sending a connection to somebody, then Evi AI can read their profile, put their name in there, and the context of why they should accept your connection request. Then when you hit connect, it makes it much more likely that they'll accept your connection request. You can also contribute to collaborative articles so you can win a top voice badge. We're actually going to have a webinar coming up teaching you how to get that top voice badge on your profile. So if you want to join our webinar, just leave a comment with the word top voice. Now, Evi AI is an extremely powerful AI, and it's also simple to use, but you have to learn how to use it. So let me sit down and watch you guide you through on how to use the tool right now. If you're dialing in live and you're watching this live, let me know that you're here live. Say, Joe, I'm here live. I am live and I'm alive and I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to rock and roll. Do you like rock and roll? Some people like rock and roll. Some people don't like rock and roll. All right. I just shared my screen, so you should be able to see my screen. It looks like Jason just left a comment. Rhonda just left a comment. So, Rhonda, the actual tool is called evyai.com. So, it's EVYAI.com. It's not evy.ai, just technically, it's a that's the actual one. So, do you see where it says it failed to post comment? That's because when I try to comment directly inside the LinkedIn Live, it kind of messes up. So, I have to go to the activity, click on see all posts, and then I can go in here. I can give myself a heart. I can also change to a company page like Ajax Union, and I can give myself a little light bulb so I can add a little more likes. I see Jason's here. I need to do a one-on-one meeting. I'm ready to rock and roll. Sarah said, "Hey Joe, thanks for sharing your knowledge." Rhonda said, "Evi AI is the best tool I ever use. It totally rocks. I'm here live. I'm here live." Okay, cool. Guys, if you see the repost button or the reshare button, click on that repost or reshare button and just I'm going to reply to Rhonda right over here. I just click on the purple box. It loads my particular persona. So it's going to load a persona called Joe Apfelbaum. And now I'm going to give an authoritative tone, and I'm going to encourage engagement, and I'm going to say the website is heavyai.com. Thank you so much. I'm going to press generate. It's going to read the comment, and it's going to draft a reply. Thrilled to hear that you love using Evie AI. Your enthusiasm is contagious. Let's rock and roll. Okay, www.evieai.com. Very generous and very nice. And I actually wrote it from Ajax Union, which is pretty cool. I'm going to change it back to Joe Apfelbaum, and I'm going to hit save. All right, so you see the way I replied to a comment just like that. I'm curious to know, what topics do you typically write about? When you're writing on LinkedIn, what topics do you write about? I see Fega just gave me a like. Thank you, Fega. That's very nice of you. You see, Fega, you can actually optimize your About section with Evie AI. So if you download our Chrome extension, it'll write up an entire About section for you. Or if you don't want to download the Chrome extension, you could just go to the website, app.evieai.com. You click on Profile Optimizer, and then you just dump in there. You put in a tone, you put in a goal, and you could just dump in some information from your profile. So, for example, I might just copy some information from here, paste it in here just like that. I'll grab some more information, see if you have some experience. I'll grab some experience information from here, and then I'll grab some education and licenses, just like that. And I'm going to press generate, and it's going to write up it'll write up an about section for you, which is really nice. You see, problem: supporting, enriching, advocating, and improving the health and well-being of the elderly population. Okay, so um, that would be really great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send this to you so you can edit this and then use it as your about section. But I would recommend going into Evie AI and generating it yourself. So you see, I just sent it to you. Just, some great content for you. Then you can use that content and train the AI on who you are. It's very powerful tools. All right, Jason, I'm going to take a look at your profile. Let me see, Jason. How much is it? The tool is, we have two options, Arye. So we have two options. If you go to evieai.com/upgrade, we have the free option and we have the paid option. The free option is free. You get up to 20,000 words or 20 activities. The paid option has two options. You could either pay $29 a month for unlimited usage, or you could pay $15 a month. If you prepay for the year, you'll save 50% off. So those are the two options, 29 or 15. You can decide if you want to prepay for the year or if you just want to pay monthly. But either way, you have the free option to try it, and then you can buy it if you decide you want to be active on LinkedIn. Just so you know, Arye, my goal is to help people be able to use LinkedIn. I actually have a very, very aggressive goal. So I want to share with you guys something. I don't know if you know this, but the limit on LinkedIn is to have 30,000 connections. That's your limit. You can have only 30,000 connections out of the 1 billion people that are on LinkedIn. So my goal is to help my 30,000 connections be able to use LinkedIn every day with the help of artificial intelligence. I want to help 30,000 people. That's the limit that I currently have in terms of my connections. So that's why I set a goal to help 30,000 people. Right now, we have about 5,000 people using the tool. I want to help you. If you're in, just say I'm in. I want to support you. I want to help you with a strategy. I want to help you be able to take action every day. And I want to be able to give you the tools to make it really easy for you to use LinkedIn. LinkedIn now has 1 billion people. 60 million are logging in every day. CEOs, business owners, C-suite executives, people that have money are on LinkedIn and they're thinking business. When someone goes on TikTok, on Instagram, and Facebook, they're there for entertainment purposes. But when they're on LinkedIn, they're here to do business. So if you're here to do business and you want to be professional, this is the right platform. Hopefully, you're watching this on LinkedIn and you're able to engage. But if you had AI support your engagement, it's like having a 24-hour assistant for the cost of water or salt, or for the cost of nothing. It's basically free. So I would recommend you try it out, use it, and I would recommend upgrading if you're planning on using it every day because you'll get the premium features. As part of the premium features, you get GPT-4, which is the most advanced version of the AI. It's pretty sophisticated and it's smarter than 3.5. So I highly recommend you try it out today and you get started. Now, I'm going to show you how I can save somebody's profile. So if I go to LinkedIn and I want to be able to save Shay as an influencer, I just click on her profile. You see she's an influencer. I click on the little drop down here and I click on add to list. I scroll down to my influencer list. You see I have 50 different lists. I have one called influencer and I save her under the influencer list right there. Now, when I click on the little drop down on top and I click on saved profiles, view all saved profiles, I'm able to load all the influencers and then I'm able to see exactly which influencers I want to leave comments on. Now, you might be asking me, Joe, why would you leave a comment on an influencer's page? Well, the reason I would want to leave a comment on an influencer page like Shay Rowbottom or Gary Vaynerchuk or Alex Hermosi is because when I leave a comment on these influencers' pages, what happens is they're much more likely to be able to see me, and they also have lots of connections that can see me as well. So I'm going to click on see recent activity. It takes me right to their recent posts. So if you have people in your life that are centers of influence or that are influencers and you want them to remember that you exist, it makes sense to save them into Evie AI and then drop a comment on their post once a day. It doesn't take more than just 10 or 15 seconds to drop a comment. Of course, you want to read the comment that it writes for you to make sure it makes sense. I'm going to press post. You want to read the comment to make sure it makes sense. But once you read the comment and it makes sense, then you can just press drop. And instead of it taking 5 minutes per comment or 3 minutes per comment, it takes you just a few seconds to generate the comment. And if it makes sense, you post it. If it doesn't make sense, you edit it. I also like tagging the influencer inside the comment by adding the little at sign before their name. That is extremely, extremely helpful because it notifies the influencer that you commented. Absolutely, Gary Vaynerchuk. The past is a place of reference, not a residence. As CEO and entrepreneur, I've seen firsthand how the fixation of what's behind us can paralyze growth. It's all about a forward momentum and actionable insights. Let's encourage our networks to embrace these lessons together. What's your biggest takeaway from your past experience? I'm going to delete that and I'm just going to hit post because I don't need to ask him what his biggest experience because that doesn't really sound authentic. You see, 93 people commented. I'm one of the 93 people that commented. And also, those people get notified that I commented as well, which is a really nice little feature. Okay, I'm curious to know which of the 11 features that I mentioned you actually like the most. In addition, if you can, if you're open to it, I would love for you guys to take a moment and to leave me a positive review for Evie AI. You see, we had many reviews on our Evie AI, and unfortunately, we got removed from Google from the listing. We got a new listing back, but it no longer has any reviews. So, in this post, I said, you might have heard the story. A rogue law firm sent a message to Google telling them that we're violating LinkedIn's trademark, which was completely not true, but they still removed us. And so, I'm looking for more recommendations on our Chrome store just to be able to get back to the number that we had before. So, as you can see, we have 5 of 5 stars, but before we had dozens and dozens. So I would love it if you can volunteer to be one of the people who can give us a 5-star rating, especially if you've used it before and you really enjoy it. I know many of you have already left us a 5-star rating. So if you can leave us one, that would be really, really helpful. I would really appreciate that. I'm going to send you guys the link here and ask you to please leave us a review. If you're open to it, that would be really, really lovely. So I'm going to go here and see who commented, like Fega, like Jason, like Sierra. I'm gonna write turn on. Like Arye, like Rhonda, like Sarah, like Drew. And I'm gonna go to your profiles and I'm gonna simply send you a quick message right now. I'm gonna click message and I'm gonna say, would you be open to leaving a LinkedIn, a review, a 5-star review of Evie AI if you enjoy using it? Let me know. Okay. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to hit send. And now I'm going to send it to the rest of you guys. And I'm actually going to save Fega's profile because I am networking with Fega and we are chatting. And so I'm going to save her profile so I can check out her content in the future. I'm going to save it under networking. You see that? I have a little thing called networking, and now I saved her under networking. Now I'm going to look at Jason. Jason's already saved. He's saved under OMA. That's cool. I'm going to send him this little message just like that. And hopefully he will leave me a positive review. Same thing with Sierra. Maybe Sierra can also leave me a positive review. Same thing with Arye. If Arye wants to try it out, maybe he could leave me a positive review as well. And the same thing with Rhonda. She already mentioned she loves it, and she has left us a review in the past. But I'm going to ask her to leave us a positive review as well. I'm going to ask Sarah to leave us a positive review if she enjoys using it. And I'm going to ask Drew as well to leave us a positive review if he enjoyed using it. So there you go. That's how you quickly do it. Just copying and pasting in just like that. And thank you so much for saying, of course. I really appreciate that. Now, do you see the way Mark Segal already responded to the uh, the comment I left? So people are noticing my comments. People are noticing my comments already, as you can see. And they're commenting about my comments. They're commenting on my comments. And I'm going to give him a little endorsement over here. It's really important to endorse people on LinkedIn. If you're not already endorsing people, I highly recommend you go ahead and endorse people on LinkedIn. So I'm going to show you how I keep leaving comments on people's posts. So, for example, Ivana, I want her to remember me. She's an influencer on the LinkedIn Influencer Summit. So as you can see, I'm going to give her a like over here, and I'm going to drop a simple comment. And this is actually going to go to Richard's event, the audio event that she reposted over here. So Richard, your insights on the algorithm of insights of 2024 report are invaluable. I'm a fellow enthusiast in reverse engineering algorithms. I'm curious to know your adaptability of the content strategies and these changes. How can they stay ahead of the curve without being reactive? Keen to hear Ivana's take on Authored Up. Ivana's take on Authored Up. Let's drive deep. Okay, I'm going to tag Richard here, and I'm going to post just like that. You see the way I tagged them both in this comment? Now I'm going to see if she has another thing. I see she's been reposting. I see 1 month ago she posted Authored Up 4.0 with all the new features. I'm going to leave a comment to support that post that she posted about Authored Up 4.0. I'm going to tag her just like that. Okay, I'm going to press post, and now she sees a beautiful comment from me. How cool is that? Let's go to my messaging. If I want to reply to messaging, Drew said absolutely. I'm going to say awesome. Actually, once I start using it, that's awesome. Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. Just like that. Okay. So I quickly responded to all those people. Now you see Virginia is the center of influence for me. I'm going to give it a like. I'm going to drop a comment. Now I'm curious to know if you guys want content strategies. You guys probably want some content strategies. So I'm going to give you guys some content strategies on how to come up with content ideas. Virginia emphasis on the 4 I's deeply resonate with my entrepreneurial journey, daily improvement. Da, 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 da. Dallas's insights is a testament. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to say boom. Okay. So I just basically gave her some love here, just like that. Looks like Hector gave me a like. Thank you guys for liking and commenting and being active in my LinkedIn Live. I really appreciate that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. I'll have something to share with you. So today I went to a store called Micro Center. And in Micro Center, I had a conversation with a technician behind the counter about my computer because I was having some issues with my computer. And he said, Joe, I love the way you ask questions. And I said, my core value is curiosity. And so I know that question asking is not something that I do in an annoying way. It's something that I just do in a strategic way, in a creative way, because creativity is also one of my core values. And he's like, how did you come up with your core values? I said, well, I did a lot of coaching and I got a lot of support in my life. And one of the things that I learned is that if you want to be able to live a life with intention, you have to establish your core values. And he's like, huh. I said, what do you want to do with your life? He said, I want to be in the cybersecurity field. And I said, wow, you seem like a really smart technician. You probably have a lot of certifications. I said, do you have a certification for cybersecurity? He said, not yet. I'm working on it. And I said, why don't you go on LinkedIn and start connecting with people in the industry? And he said, I'll do that once I'm ready. And I said, hmm, networking is something you need to do before you're ready. Once you're already ready, it's too late to network. You already had to have built your network. So, if you are the type of person that's not currently networking and expanding your connections, you are missing out. LinkedIn gives you the ability to add over 100 connections every single week. And if you're not logging into LinkedIn and using up your 100 connections to connect, you're missing out on the opportunity to connect organically with over 5,000 people per year. Imagine what that would do if you did that for several years consistently. You would have tens of thousands of connections. Now, one of the things about LinkedIn that a lot of people don't know is that every connection that you make on LinkedIn is also a follower. This is not the case for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. When you follow someone on Instagram, they don't automatically follow you. However, when you connect with somebody on LinkedIn, they follow you automatically. So it's much easier to establish followers on LinkedIn than it is on any other social platform. Also, LinkedIn has the benefit of telling you everyone's first name and last name, their company name, where they worked before, where they went to school, your mutual connections, and any activity that they did on the platform. Whereas other social platforms only give you a screen name at best. And that screen name is something like Big Doodle 73. Wouldn't you rather know somebody's first name, last name, title, company name, and how long they worked there, as well as their education and tons of other information that you can build rapport with while you have an outreach conversation with them? Don't you think it would be easier to network with people in a business social network versus a social network where people slide in the DMs to try to make babies? LinkedIn is the professional social network. It's like a networking event or a trade show that happens every day. So if you're looking to build more influence, if you're looking for more credibility, if you want more authority, you got to take LinkedIn seriously. And if you need help with a strategy, just write strategy in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to help you with a strategy. And if you want to learn prospecting on LinkedIn, we have a 6-week boot camp coming up. It's called the Sales Navigator Boot Camp. Now, I'm going to share a page that has information about the boot camp because it's happening on February 7th. And I'd love for you to join the boot camp. So if you go to salesnavbootcamp.com, you can see I just typed it in right now, salesnavbootcamp.com. That takes you right to our Sales Nav Bootcamp landing page. You see that? It says the Sales Navigator Bootcamp by Evergreen Networking. Do you want to learn how to use Sales Navigator to get qualified leads off for LinkedIn? Seize this final opportunity to join our last Sales Navigator Bootcamp. So we're not going to be doing this again after. Our goal is to do one last bootcamp. So if you want to learn how to use Sales Navigator, now is a chance to watch it live. You can join on Wednesday, February 7th at 4 p.m. Two days and 20 minutes left for this deal. So if you want to join, just write boot camp in the chat. I'll send you the link directly. But we have a really, really great boot camp. If you want to learn how to use Evie AI, we have a webinar coming up. If you go to evieai.com/webinar, for those of you that want to go a little bit deeper into how to use Evie AI, it's Tuesday, February 13th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do a live training on how to use AI with LinkedIn. So I hope you can join that free live training on how to use Evie AI. So just go there and boom, there you go. All right. I'm sure you guys have tons of questions. Sure you guys have tons of questions. So let's dig into some of those questions. So Leah, she wants content strategy. So the first thing you need to do is identify who is your target market and what would you like to say to them. So I'm going to open up Chat GPT right now and I'm going to create a persona for Leah, for Evie AI specifically. So if you're not using these tools to help you be able to be more successful, I highly recommend you taking the time to start using these tools because these tools are extremely, extremely beneficial. So I'm going to go to the top over here and I'm going to create my persona just like this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to press copy. I'm going to put it into a new chat GPT. This is my mega prompt that I use. I'm going to take Leah Johnson's information from here, and we're going to create some content strategies for Leah with using AI. Now, every single month, we meet for 3 hours to chat about how to use artificial intelligence for business development. So, if you want to join our AI circle, we have a great AI circle that happens, and it's actually really, really cool to join this circle because that allows us to be able to go a little bit deeper and to support people to help them be able to do more business development. So, I'm going to have the AI start typing up her profile here, and then she can just drop this profile right into Evie AI so we can start creating content strategies for her. The first and most important thing that you need to do before you create any content strategies is identify who is your ideal client. Who are the people that you're going to be speaking to? Because there are different strokes for different folks. Different people need different types of content. So, depending on who you're talking to, really, really powerful. What has been the measurable success effect on actual sales for using Evie? I never thought you would ask. People have reported an increase in booked meetings leading to sales. Okay, people have reported a increase in booked meetings leading to sales. 5-star review added. Wish I could have given you 100 stars. You are so kind. Thank you. Now, I do a lot of manual stuff on LinkedIn, a lot of manual stuff on LinkedIn. For me, it's about figuring out the things that are going to take too long and using AI for the things that are going to take too long. So it would take me too long for me to write all this up about Leah Johnson, her keywords to use, her professional interests, her experience, her skills, her tone, her preferred phrases, her taboos, her personal interests, her hobbies, her educational background. It would take me too long. Also, creating like a list of topics like the importance of retirement planning, maximizing your annuity investments, life insurance demystified, long term care planning for your golden years, talent acquisition. So, all that stuff just takes a really long time for me to do. So, that's why I use AI for that. Then I could take this information, I can throw it into Evie AI, and I have a much more powerful tool that allows me to be able to program the AI and train the AI in a very powerful way. See, AI is only as good as the training that you give it. So, Leia, in your case, I'm going to give this to you as my little gift, but I'm also going to write a post for you using Evie AI. So, I'm going to pick one of these topics over here, the importance of retirement planning, a step by step guide. I'm going to go like that, copy. I'm going to go into Evie AI. I'm going to click on post writer, and I'm going to post write that in an inspirational way, sharing informational content. And I'm going to press generate. And in probably like 15 to 20 seconds, it's going to produce a hook. It's going to produce main points. It's going to produce a call to action and hashtags, a complete ready to go post for Leia to be able to use as a post on LinkedIn. You see, we had a client that called me up and he said the following: Joe, since I started using your AI tool for LinkedIn called Evie AI, I had an 1,800% increase in profile views. I even had a client reach out to me and want to invest $100,000 in working with my company. Thank you so much for creating this amazing tool. I'm definitely going to upgrade. Now, this is a person who's using our AI tool for free. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of people using the AI tool and getting a benefit from it. My goal is to impact 30,000 people because that's the limit of how many connections I can have on LinkedIn. So I'm curious to know, do you want to be one of those people that I'm impacting deeply using artificial intelligence? Now, you might be wondering, Joe, why are you going on LinkedIn so often? The reason I go on LinkedIn so often is because every single time I go on LinkedIn, I create a video like this that gets recorded, and then an AI takes this video and turns it into little clips. That is extremely useful, extremely powerful, and extremely helpful for me. Very, very powerful. It helps me save so much time. Now, I've been on LinkedIn Live for the past 30 minutes now, and I hope you got value. If you did get value, go ahead and write value in the chat below. I'd love to see if you got value. I'm going to share the screen just to show you the post I just created for Leia. I'll show you what it looks like. Navigating the path of retirement can feel like trying to find a way through an unfamiliar forest. But what if I told you that there was a right map, the journey that could be as rewarding as the destination itself? And I'm going to copy this post and I'm going to send it to her as my little gift. Okay. I'm going to send it to her as my little gift. That post is my gift to you. Enjoy. You see that? I just sent it to you as my little gift. Very, very simple. Okay. So I just sent her a little gift. So, guys, send people posts as gifts. Isn't that nice? Now, I have a lot of people that have been commenting on my posts. Like, for example, Jane. She just commented on my post. So I'm going to reply to this comment that she just left me here. She says, I'm at a time now where I'm having to take care of my older brother, Joe. As if he's a little brother. Years of alcohol abuse has taken its toll on him. It's been a part of a reason while I'm still in Texas. Okay, I'm going to go to my recent comments over here. You see, this is the comment. It's admirable how you stepped up to take care of your brother despite the challenges. I'm going to press copy and I'm going to drop it in as a reply for her. You see that? And tag her. Jane Lehman. Okay, just like that. Now, Derek says, "Hi, Joe. Your post really resonated with me. The bond between siblings is truly special." I'm going to press like and I'm going to reply to this just like that. It's going to read his post and it's going to generate a really thoughtful reply. And this doesn't take that long to do. But if you can take the time to reply to each person thoughtfully, that is very, very nice thing to do because it establishes a special connection between you and your audience. You want your audience to want to leave comments. And if you take the time to respond to each person with a thoughtful response, that person is much more likely to leave comments in the future. And it's just a nice thing to do. So I always recommend replying to people's posts, and you can use AI to reply nicely. So she wrote, "You guys look like twins." It says, "Haha, thanks, Anita. We definitely heard twin comment a few times." Okay, so you see, I responded to everyone's comments over here very quickly, and now I can move on with my day. So somebody asked me recently, said, "Joe, how many impressions do you get on each post?" And I said, on average, my posts get about 1,000 impressions each. As you can see, this one has 917 in the past 11 hours, and it'll probably cross over the 1,000 mark. Now, people often ask me, "Joe, why don't you want to go viral on LinkedIn? Why don't you want millions and millions and millions of people to see you?" I said, because I'd rather be strategic. I'd rather to have 1,000 of the right people see me 1,000 times a year. The right strategy will save you a decade. Simply trying to go viral is not helpful for your business. What is helpful for your business is to have a strategy, to have the right plan, the right people, the right promise, and to do things strategically, to know where you want to go. Most people, they're trying to get lucky. Luck is a great thing. It's just like hope. It's a great thing. It's just not a great strategy. Using luck as your strategy is not the best thing. Somebody said, luck definitely plays a role in my life. It's like a bus stop. You go to the bus stop and you wait for the bus. And sometimes the bus comes, and sometimes it takes a long time for the bus to come. But when the bus comes, you need to have the right strategy to get on that bus and to make sure that it's taking you to the right destination. Luck is enabled by strategy. So make sure that you are prepared when you get on that bus and you know where you want to go because that bus is coming. And when that bus comes, you best be prepared. Because if you ain't prepared, luck is not going to be helpful at all. You try to get lucky. You try to win the lotto. You try to get rich quick, lose weight fast. All that stuff doesn't last. You know what lasts? Knowing what you want, being determined, and going after it day in and day out, taking the right actions. And you might be afraid. You might be scared. You might have fear. But that's why you need courage. Courage is taking action in spite of having fear. A lot of people have fear. A lot of people are scared, and fear stops everything. It stops us from taking action. But if you can tap into that courage inside you, if you can cultivate the attitude of courage, then you can start doing things you've never done before. And if you want to have all the things that other people don't have, you got to be willing to do all the things that other people are not willing to do. So are you willing to go in and do the hard work? Are you willing to invest in yourself, to read the right books, to do the work, to hire the right coaches, the right mentors, the right supporters, to get the right technologies, invest in them? If you're not willing to invest in the right technologies and learn how to use those technologies, how are you going to have a competitive edge? I saw a restaurant with an arm making sandwiches. I'm going to post a video of that after this. I'm going to go find that video and I'm going to post the video of the restaurant with the arm making sandwiches. And you guys are going to love it because it's coming to a fast food restaurant near you because the minimum wage in California is soon going to be $20 per hour. There's no way they could be profitable serving fast food, paying people $20 an hour. At some point, the machine is a lot less expensive. You pay $1 million for an arm that can do a burger in a minute. Whereas people can be lazy, they could be tired, they could be spitting in the food. You'll never see a robot spit in the food. Think about that for a minute. Think about hygiene. Think about efficiency. Think about safety. People don't get burnt if there's a robot doing the work. So, robots are going to do the work, but robots are not taking over our job. It's someone who knows how to operate the robot because you're still going to need an operator there because the thing's going to break. And so that person is going to take over the job of all the people that don't know how to operate robots. So my question to you is, do you know how to operate a robot? Do you know how to leverage AI in your business? And if you don't, let me help you. February 19th at 2 p.m., we're going to be doing a class for 3 hours. It's called the AI Circle. So write AI Circle in the chat and I'll send you the link to it. And you can join us. And it comes with an AI course with 1,000 ChatGPT prompts. And I'd love for you to be part of it. So if you want to use AI, join my AI Circle. You'll love it. We have dozens of people there that are screaming through the roofs about how amazing it is because we're teaching them step by step what they need to be doing to use artificial intelligence for business development, marketing, and prospecting. It's really powerful. So let's now take a moment and review some of the posts I've recently posted on LinkedIn because I think it's essential for us to review those posts so that you can learn the types of posts that you need to be posting on LinkedIn. So if you want to be able to see who's looking at your profile on LinkedIn, who's looking at your posts, I should say, you just scroll down and you see the activity, go to see all the posts in your activity. Look at that. I'm going to take a look at all the posts in my activity. And by the way, guys, let me know what you do for a living in the chat. Let me know what you do for a living. So I'm going to go in here by Leah. I'm going to say, wow, AI Circle. I'm going to put the AI Circle, www.evievergreen.com/AI Circle. Okay. I'm going to send her the AI Circle just like that. Okay. Strategy. Leah wants help with the strategy. AI Circle. Mark wants www.evergreen.com/AI Circle. Just like that. Okay. Let me know what you do for a living in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. I'm going to scroll down over here. You see, I have over 450 impressions on this video so far, which I think is pretty phenomenal. Okay, so LinkedIn Live, number one. Number two, an image of me in the gym. So this is an image of me in the gym. And I said, Joe, you inspired me to go to the gym. I thought I had to go every day, but you showed me how I can set a goal that's achievable like 10 days out of a month. And then I write about my trauma and what I went through and blah, blah, blah. And most people didn't even see this. I only had 300 people see this. I'm probably going to have 1,000 in the next day, but I'm going to repost this. This is a really nice post that I posted, and it just didn't do that well because this post is the one that's doing well. This one also didn't do that well. I'm going to repost this as well. This one's about Sales Navigator. It was a video. And, if a post doesn't do that well, I just throw it back into Evie AI and it rewrites it for me, and then I post it again. So I'm always reposting. So I do videos. I do still images of me and a person, still a selfie photo of myself, a LinkedIn Live. You see that? So this post was about the gym. This post was about my relationship with my brother. This post was about a boot camp I'm doing. This post was about choosing a domain name. So this was a little clip created by artificial intelligence. If you want to watch it, here you go. Give tips on how to buy a domain, and I explained 3 different ways to buy a domain. Really cool. So you guys watch that. This is my LinkedIn Live from Friday. This is me talking about Evie AI and how difficult it was losing all the reviews, and I asked people for help, see who can help me. I'm also gonna do another, I'm gonna repost this again next week. This is a video of me, about AI lying and so on. There's another LinkedIn Live, another gym selfie with me encouraging people to go to the gym and telling them, that I got to my goal and having accountability. This is a poll. This is a picture of me and my daughter talking about in a world where the change is always constant, knowledge becomes a currency of the future. Um, this one over here is stuck with the post on LinkedIn. I gave a bunch of LinkedIn posting ideas. See that that one did okay. People love that. And as you can see, I just keep posting. I just keep posting lots of different things, tips, videos, images, text only, polls. You see this poll over here was like, what version of LinkedIn are you using? Premium, Sales Navigator. So I have 215 votes. And we have 44 that use Sales Navigator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send all these people that use Sales Navigator information about our upcoming boot camp. Okay. So I'm going to go through every single one of these people and say, hey, I'm not sure if you know this, but we have a boot camp coming up. So I'll show you how that works. I go in here. Okay. And I'm going to say, Martin, not sure if you know this, but we have a Sales Navigator boot camp starting on Wednesday. Did you know about it? Okay, so now I just sent him that. Let me know if you want more info about. All right, so I'm going to edit this because I made a mistake in the image. So let me know if you want more info about it. Okay, I'm going to press save. And as you can see, I just sent him 2 messages. I sent him one, Martin, not sure if you know, and then also let me know if you want more info. So I can go through all of them and send all of them and have my assistant do that tomorrow. Do you see this? Building credibility. I taught about reviews. I shared a screenshot of an image. You see that? And here's another selfie, day 8 of 9, asking for accountability. This is a book recommendation. The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. This is another poll that I did here. Here's another video from AI. Here's another LinkedIn Live. Here's talking about how I was worried that my kids wouldn't have what they needed. I was really, really concerned. I really like this post. This was a very nice post that I did. Um, take the posts that you really like and repurpose them into the future because if a post did particularly well, or you really like the content of the post and it didn't do that well, you can reuse that post in the future. So I highly recommend you guys find the posts that you're really impressed with and then use them again in the future. Okay, so that's just a week's worth of posts. Look, go through my week worth of posts and get ideas for what you can do yourself. I love going to other people's posts and coming up with ideas. It's called R&D, coming up with lots of different ideas. You see, I have 46,590 people following me. These are my most recent followers. I definitely check out who follows me. Most people don't do this, but if I see like a marketing director following me, maybe I'll send him a message and I see that you're a marketing director. I'll click on more. I'll click on message. It'll open up in Sales Navigator. And I'll just shoot him a line. I'll be like, thanks for following me on LinkedIn. Have you read my content? I'm going to say thanks for the follow. Ryan, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for following me on LinkedIn. Okay, I'm going to press send. And now I just sent him a little message with Sales Navigator, connecting and building a relationship. I highly recommend you guys consider learning how to use Sales Navigator because you can contact people that you're not even connected with. You're not even connected with those people, and you can still contact them. I love that. I love that you can do that with Sales Navigator. Most people don't know that you can do that. Okay. I want to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone this year and come up with something that you want to do that is different, that you haven't done before. Maybe it's stand up comedy. Maybe it's improv. Maybe it's doing video online. Maybe it's interviewing influencers. Maybe it's starting to use a particular social media platform that you're really scared to use, or a certain medium that you're really scared to use. What's something that you're willing to try out to do that's outside of your comfort zone? For me, it was going to the gym. Believe it or not, I was actually really afraid of going to the gym. I had this like subconscious, deep, deep fear of going to the gym. And you know what? I've been going to the gym now and I'm overcoming my fear. Really, really powerful. Hector asked me a question. He said, Joe, do you teach Sales Navigator? Yes, we teach Sales Nav. You can join our boot camp at www.salesnavbootcamp.com. Okay, Hector? Thank you so much for asking. Really sweet. Let me know if you want to join. Okay. I just sent him access to check out the boot camp, and I sent it to him via the direct messages on LinkedIn. Have you guys ever built a computer on your own? I'm curious to know what type of computer. Are you using a PC or a Mac? Let me know in the chat. I was thinking about getting a Mac, and then I looked at the prices for a Mac, and they were whack. The prices for a Mac were whack, and I wanted a Windows machine. And so I went to a store called Micro Center, and I actually bought a pretty high-end machine without a graphic processing unit because the GPU from my old machine was still working. And so I just bought double the RAM, a bigger hard drive, a better uh, a better motherboard, a better, faster, more modern processor, and I paid less than $1,000 for it. And I think I'm gonna be very happy with that machine. I told them to assemble it for me because I didn't want to deal with thermal paste. I don't even know how to work thermal paste, and I was just like, you know what? Just build it for me. I'll come by tomorrow and I'll pick it up, or I'll come by the next day and pick it up. So I'm excited about trying out my new machine when I get it, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it. But this new machine is supposedly going to be super, super fast. So I'm really excited about it. It's also going to help me be able to do fancier things on my computer. Right now, I'm kind of limited to some of the things that I can do on my computer. All right. I'm going to tone down this AI. Mac security is awesome. Jane said, Mac is pretty cool. Yes, Mac is pretty cool. Oh, you know what? I'm having an event tomorrow. I'm hosting an event tomorrow um, online. And I want to start doing networking events, more like virtual networking events, but I want to launch a community of engaged thought leaders. So tomorrow at 2 p.m., I'm going to have a meeting with the people that said that they want to invest in being a member of the engaged thought leaders community. If it's something that you were not invited to and you'd like to join the conversation and potentially become a member of the engaged thought leaders community, just write engaged thought leader in the chat, or write engaged in the chat if you want to be able to get the information of the form that you can fill out to join as one of the members tomorrow at 2 p.m. And send me a DM and let me know that you want to join. I can send you a template with some information that you can fill out, like a form that you can fill out to see if you're interested in joining. Because I really want to start this cute community of people who want to comment on each other's posts and want to learn about each other and want to grow together as a thought leader on LinkedIn. Not everybody wants to be an engaged thought leader, but if you want to be an engaged thought leader, just write engaged in the chat and I'll reply to your post, or I'll send you a DM with some more details about the engaged thought leaders community. I'd love to have you be a member of that. I'm going to reply. I see Sierra said she's interested in learning more about it. I just sent you the form, Sierra, and Hector also said he's interested. I just replied to your comment with the form as well. So thank you guys for commenting about that. Go back and check out the people who have been engaging on this particular LinkedIn Live. It's just fascinating to see you guys engaging and growing and connecting and building relationships. I love connecting people together, but not everybody's active on LinkedIn. As a matter of fact, most people are not active on LinkedIn. Um, and so, I would recommend figuring out a way to be able to find the people that are actually active on LinkedIn and building a relationship with them, people that are actually going to be engaged, people that actually want to connect and grow and build real relationships with other people. What does it mean to build a real relationship? Somebody said, Joe, how do you get people to comment on your posts? I said, really get to know people, really connect with them, have a conversation with them. Like, go through your connections and ask yourself, do you know those people? Do they know you? What do you know about those people? How well do you know them? If you don't know your connections, if you post on LinkedIn, will those people want to engage with your content? Like, I'm going to ask you on an honest question. Would you rather engage on content from people that you actually have a relationship with? Or would you rather engage on content on strangers, random people posting on social media, even if the content is valuable, even if the content is inspiring? Would you rather post a comment on stuff from people that are actually valuable, that you actually have a relationship with? Or would you just rather do it on strangers? Say relationship or strangers. I'm curious to know in the chat right now. Let me know which one. Because if your answer is strangers, then I don't know if networking is like the right thing for you. But if your answer is relationships, then LinkedIn is a great place for you to go out and build those relationships. The number one way to get solid comments from people that actually know you, like you, and trust you is to get to know people. Like, really, just get to know people. Most people are just hoarding connections. They're just adding connections and hoping for the best. Hope is not a strategy. I said this before. I'll say it again. I'll say it till the cows come home. And I don't know when the cows are going to come home. Hopefully, the cows will come home soon. I also recently posted, no like and trust, Mark said. Getting to know more active, focused target market. Yes, Mark. Getting to know somebody, like really getting to know them. For example, Mark is based in Huntington Station, New York. I see from his profile, he has 1,900 followers. I'm curious to know how many of his 1,900 followers he actually has an actual relationship with, where he knows information about them. Maybe that's not even on their LinkedIn profile. Maybe he had a conversation with them. Like, do you guys track how many of your LinkedIn connections you actually had a conversation with? Because if you don't track that stuff, it's something that's not going to track on its own. I would encourage you to try to review all the connections you have on LinkedIn. Like, actually review those connections and try to see, who do you know, who do you not know? What do you know about them? Who do you need to get to know? Who do you want to prioritize? Because we have a limited time in the day. Very, very limited time in the day. And so prioritizing specific people is going to be very, very key. You need to be able to prioritize. You can't, if you have 1,900 people, you're not going to be able to talk to all 1,900 people. Think about that for a moment. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for joining me here today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on LinkedIn and connecting with you. Leave a message. Let me know what value you got from this presentation. I hope you're starting to use Evie AI, and I hope you can stay in my life longer. Talk to you soon. Boom.